So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirits, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys. Most fabulous viewers. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome, welcome. And for those of you guys returning, welcome. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading today. You guys are all very safe and welcome in this space with me today. Today's reading, we're looking at person on your mind and why is this person avoiding, running away, blocking, resisting this connection. Okay, so we'll take a look at 3 options to choose from, and I'll pull 3 cards from this deck right here. We'll be using the Enneagram Oracles, okay, the Love Oracle, the General Oracle, and the Spiritual Oracle. And I'll put a link right here to the deck reveal. So if you are interested in the deck, then you can go through each of these cards. And we'll also be using the Rainbow Heart Tarot, I do believe. I thought I had the box here. I don't know. Somewhere. I'm lazy today. As you guys can hear in my voice, I'm still a little under the weather, but wasn't expecting to do a reading today. But here we are, nonetheless. So, spirits, 3 piles or 4? Apparently we're doing 4 piles. Okay, so if at any point you're pulled to any one of these 4, I will put the timestamp down below. Spirit for the collective, 4 cards in regards to the person on their mind and why this person is running, avoiding, resisting, blocking, hiding. So don't take words literally. I'm going to be channeling the energy in the cards, okay? So we have these 4. This one revealed itself. So if you want to pick whichever one now would be the time to do so. We're going to reveal these. Option number 1, we have Declaration of Love, card 87. It says happy event, growth level, opening one's heart, feelings revealed, romantic message, love words, expressing love, unveiling one's love. Type 6, the loyalist thinking center between mistrust and trust. Option number 2, we have healthy love, growth level 108, unconditional love. Love without expectations, love for no reason, absolute love, pure love, full acceptance, love without reserve. Type 9, the peacemaker, instinctive center between forgetting and asserting oneself. And we have abandonment, 58, fundamental injury stress level with abandonment, feeling forgotten, being left, orphan, desertion, feeling ignored, being withdrawn. Type 4, the individualist, emotional center between lack and abundance. And finally, option number 4, which revealed itself, card 15, with temporality, ego level, on time, perfect timing, at maturity, well-timed, right time, spot on time, accurate time. Type 6, the loyalist thinking center between mistrust and trust. Card number 6. I know that was a lot. Sit with this. I'm going to move these so you're not distracted. And when you're ready to pick your cards, I will put the timestamp below. It will take you directly to your pick, and I will see you at your pick. Hello, pile number 1. You guys pick happy events, declaration of love, opening one's heart, feelings is revealed, romantic message, love words, expressing love, unveiling one's love. Okay, so let's draw the cards first. Okay, you can skip ahead if you want. This process might take a bit. Now we're asking for pile 1's person on their mind. Why are they running, avoiding, hiding from pile 1 in this connection? How many spirits? Spirit wants one more. One more. Person on, apparently there's 2 more. Person on pile number 1's mind in regards to them resisting, blocking, ignoring, avoiding this connection. Why is this connection held up, Spirit? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good. Wowzers. All right. And we have the tarot, which I do feel I'm going to put out, and then we will channel. Channel machine. Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of this connection. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good. Thank you so much, Pile 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. 8 Wands. Well, that's interesting. 8 Wands is all about communication, declaration. I mean, sometimes it's how we express our love. Okay, plus 8 Wands is about movements, but you're here because it's stuck. So, interesting. All right. Tower. 6 Wands in reverse. Seduction. 30. Now, I don't know if I'm going to read these, my throat, but I am going to read them actually because it helps me to channel. So we have number 3, seduction, attractiveness, charisma, glamour, beauty, elegance, and gallantry. Okay. And we have control, relationship trap, 64. In transience, surveillance, critical judgment, having a grip, authoritarianism. Okay, I won't read the bottom there, but it says the perfectionist, the achiever, the loyalist. And then we have 18 or 9, delay, procrastination, afterwards, later on, waiting period, patience, postponed. Interesting because we had the opposite in pile number 4, which was now, right now. Some of you guys might be connected to pile 4. I haven't done 4. It could be the flip person. Don't know. We'll see. Okay. We have sectarism, dogmatism, fanaticism, doctrine, scientism, perversion, intolerance. Type 5, the observer. Okay. And then we have doubt, 48. It's kind of like this procrastination energy we were feeling from delay. So indecision, hesitation, perplexity, temerity, temerity. Okay, I can't read. Recklessness and impulsiveness. Type 6, the loyalist, thinking center between mistrust and trust. And we have transcended ego, my favorite. All right, so dissolution of ego, disidentification, inner light, outer light, inherent value, and spiritual vocation between giving and receiving. And here we have trust, presence versus anticipation, fear management, autonomy, inner security, faith and certainty, stress management. The loyalist. Okay, number 6 and 15. And here we have being carefree, gluttony of experience, refusal of limits, instability, excessive joy, rationalization, avoidance of suffering, veil of ignorance. Number 7, the enthusiast. Interesting energy, you guys. Wow, I'm going to enjoy these readings. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. And then we have 7 of Cups, clarifying that 8 Wands in reverse. And then we have 3 Swords. This message is so freaking clear, but let me sit here and with this energy, okay? I don't know what I'm doing here in regards to organizing this, but I don't feel it is how. Okay, sorry. Now let me sit here for a bit. King of Wands under that, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Okay. Wow, beautiful people. This messaging is very, very clear. Now, as I always say, this could be the person you came here about. It could be your own energy and you tapped into flip pile. Okay. It could be difficult to tell sometimes if you and your person are sort of mirroring each other, if this is you or your person. Okay. You'll have to use your intuition to decipher. Sometimes we get someone completely different that we know, but isn't the person we came here about. If that's the case, go check out another pile. Okay. I always got to say that because I don't want to waste your time. So let's get signs out of the way here. We have Virgo, Gemini, Cancer, Capricorn, Taurus, Libra. Yes, those are all the signs, okay? So what's going on here? It's kind of interesting because I do feel this person, for one. There's a lot of feels here, okay? For you, for sure. I think you've blown this person's expectations in regards to maybe they had an idea at some point in time that they would never find the one, or whatever narrative was running through their mind. Okay, that was sort of their go-to or their understanding. I think you've blown the lid off this popsicle stand, meaning this person, it feels really pulled by you in this connection. Okay, so much, like so much. Okay, but no matter their desire for you and to move towards you, the big thing here is what this person had before you even came in contact with this person in regards to some shadowy part. You could call it trauma. You can call it the shadow. You could call it the ego. I'm going to call it the ego, okay? The ego is created to protect ourselves after we experience an unpleasant situation, such as a trauma. We experience a trauma or something that doesn't feel good. It creates pain in the pain body. And now we do everything in our power to make sure we don't experience that again. So this doesn't have to be this person was married or this person was in a long-term commitment and their partner just left them. It could be that. It could just be that this person came into this world already with some form of abandonment wound or trauma wound that's created by seeing and observing and witnessing. Okay, this could occur. This could have happened at a young age if their parents were divorced, or if they've observed a lot of people getting married or being together and then it falling apart. This could just be a very great fear. Is like, I know how deep I love, and because if I go there mentally and let myself go there, and then I all of a sudden lose control, you will have this upper hand and control over my pain. So why is this person delaying, procrastinating, avoiding, whether they've blocked you, running from you, don't talk to you, or just dragging their feet? It's all about control. Nothing to do with feelings at all. I need control, and I need to make sure that this is going to be a stable connection that I can control. Now, when I say stable, this means I can't have you making decisions outside of what I allow. And so because you're your own autonomous being, you might make decisions that aren't for my best interest. All of a sudden you get bored of me. All of a sudden it doesn't work. All of a sudden you see a true side of me that maybe you don't like. For whatever reason, it puts me out of control. I don't like this. And so I am doubting that we would have success. And when there's doubt that I have success, I hesitate, drag my feet, and don't move forward. So right now, this is a procrastination delay tactic. Okay, now this isn't so I can manipulate you, but it's a tactic so I can sort through my thoughts and sort through confusion. Is this person wanting to move forward? Yes. I have a feeling intuitively this person will have no choice but to move forward and see what happens. Throw caution to the wind. Relationships are all about trusting. And this person's whole reason for this spiritual connection, okay, because again, I read for spiritual connections here, is all about healing pain body and about transcending ego. We created an ego, okay, this person, that protects themselves from being vulnerable. Why? Because when I'm vulnerable and I put myself out there, I'm exposed and I feel very out of control. This needs to be healed in order for this person to experience love, to be able to experience a true depth and heal this three swords. Okay, so this person is like putting off coming forward to you. And it's like they'll intuitively know if they've delayed too long, you might run away. They're not going to allow for this. Okay, so they might be the type of person here that's like, ooh, you're getting too far away or disinterested. If I feel that, I'm going to come in front of you and sort of rope you back in or try to get you back in, but not completely in, because I can't expose myself completely. But I also, because that would require me to be vulnerable and express this. And I'm still broken here. I'm broken. I still have this ego protecting me. Okay, but at the same time, I know a good thing when I have it. And I know this is most likely a real deal thing. And so now I got to be confronted with my fears of intimacy, my fears that are really driving me. And this person with all of the solar plexus energy isn't the type of person that says, yeah, I'm driven by my fears and I'm okay with that. No, this person probably says, I'm not fearful. I'm not driven by fear. But now they have this like reality in their face of this connection. And it's like, okay, you're not driven by fear, so then be vulnerable and trust this connection. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I can't trust this connection so much because it's going to put me exposed and I need control. It's like, yeah, but why? Because there's a greater fear. And so this is making this person really look at their narrative of why they were resisting or fighting or pushing out connection as a whole before you came into the picture, but specifically now that you're in the picture, it's like right in their face and they can't escape it because this person is really pulled by your energy. Okay, but this person is really sort of stuck to that narrative. And I don't know which it is. It's either I am going to be single forever or this is my lifestyle. And so this is it, my way or highway, or just these are the types of things that make sense to me in my life. Like non-committal or not, I don't know, whatever it is that they're doing. Because like I say, for all of you guys, it's something different. But one thing is for certain, they're really clinging to that story, their lifestyle story, and they're keeping it alive via ego. So it's not even their truest self. It's the fear talking through the pain body that's like creating this need for control and avoidance. And so as long as I'm sort of at an arm's distance enough where I don't feel I have to be exposed, and for all of you guys, again, it's different because an arm's distance could be you're completely blocked for now because I need to gain my bearings to I just sort of give you one word answers and I don't let you in because I don't know where this person's at with you. But I do know for certain that this isn't the type of person that's going to go long, long periods of time without talking to you. Because they do see a good thing, a bird in hand. So it's like, okay, there's a bird in hand. And so now I need to do something. So this person is confronted with a dilemma. And the dilemma is coming via the universe, which is a need to express one's own true feelings. But in order to do this, we must trust that when we are vulnerable to say how we feel and to see where it goes, that the divine is going to allow things to unfold how it does, whether it works out or not. It's not about whether it works out. It's about trusting and being present and overcoming this fear and knowing that I feel it. So I'm going to accept it and communicate it and not avoid it or push it away or pretend it doesn't exist. Because I feel like this person was under some story of aloneness is what I feel here, This could be someone who is just fearing commitment. This could be someone who's just like, there's only a certain depth I get in a relationship and that's fine. Or I like to date around and that's my choice. And that's, and then they make up a whole story around that. It gives me the freedom to XYZ. It's like, no, it just makes you so you don't have to be a two cups or so you don't have to open up or you don't have to talk about the three swords or you don't have to put yourself out there. This person has a challenge expressing how they feel. And this person has to express how they feel in order for things to move forward in this connection. Okay. And so I feel like your energy is coming through here. And I do feel like, I don't know if this person is projecting, but there's like it feels almost, and I feel it is a projection here because it's like, in order for this person to validate and confirm and express themselves openly, honestly, and truthfully, there's something that they would have to do according to them, which is, I don't know, like step up or support you in some way in the practical world. You would then depend on me, or there's some form of dependency, or now it's like this person has like an image in their mind. And again, it could have been created by the ego to protect itself, maybe as a young child, seeing her parents. And it's like, my mother, like really was dependent on my dad. And maybe my mother didn't work. Like I'm getting just right into the detail. It could be any variant of this or a different story. But the point being, I saw this. And so now, because I am feeling a masculine energy, it doesn't have to be, okay, but it feels very masculine archetype. And so now when I picture someone that I'm serious with, it's like they're going to depend on me for finances or for home or for support. That's a big burden that I'd have to know how to resolve or how to carry. And so there's that dynamic as well, and so I don't know if you are like, I don't know, putting this energy out there, or if you have this type of a wounding, okay, which means I really have a difficult time sort of making it on my own. And so I want you to be creating my world, and that's big pressure for someone. It's like this person wants to create their own world. I don't want to have to create your world. Now, again, they could be projecting, or you could not realize that you're giving off this energy, especially if we're saying, commit to me in a way here that, I don't know, marry me or move in with me, or let's move in, or let's, I don't know, like something in a practical way here rather than it's just let's love each other. Maybe there's like, I don't want to talk about feelings only. There has to be something more like that. That's the energy you're sort of giving off when it's like love is all about feeling of love, accepting someone as they are, making space for someone as they are, period. That's it. Love isn't pay my bill. Love isn't you have to spend X amount of time with me. Yes. Do we want to spend time with our loved ones? Sure. But there is no rule. There's no expectation of how much time and what sort of time and all of this stuff. Okay. So the pentacle thing is an expectation. This is not me saying don't have any expectation and let this person completely shit the bed. If that's what you heard, probably not your reading and definitely not your reader. What I'm saying is spiritually in this connection, this person is feeling an energy off you that's saying, I need something in the pentacle realm and I don't know what it is. Okay, for all of you guys is different, but in the pentacle realm, which means there's a condition on my love. And when I have a condition on my love, that means it's not coming from an unconditional place because there's a condition, which means it's transactional. Okay, and so it's felt. And in a spiritual connection, when we're dealing with transactional, that's ego. And spiritual connections are all about transcending egos. It can't be conditional. It can't be. And this doesn't mean putting up with. This just means I love someone because I love them unconditionally. I could be happy, peaceful, and rely on myself. Be completely at peace, not pulled to and fro emotionally, down and out, in a state of lack, separation, depression, because somebody won't, move in with me or somebody won't spend time with me. Okay, if that's how we feel, this is felt energetically. Whether you told this person you want formal commitment, move in together, I don't know. Okay, but I don't know. Maybe this person's just projecting that that's what you want. And it's like, because I can sense this off you, because I can feel that from you, and now there's a big old question mark in regards to my performance, because I have a belief, an ego I created about protecting myself and my world. And so now you throw in this whole thing of you that I'd have to like prop up or help or support, it makes me feel uncomfortable. Okay. And so this person, because once you put this pressure on me, it's like, how can I control this narrative? There's so many elements outside of my control. I'd have to make sure I'd never lose my job. Who could do that? I know this is like really exaggerated, but this is what I mean by the pain body creates these narratives. It's like we think we have control. And it's like, yeah, if I could never lose my job, if I was a millionaire and then, we had this already buttoned down in the home or whatever, then I'd be more inclined to move forward because then the ability of it to be successful would be high. But right now, there's too many unknown variables that I can't control. And we can't control it anyway. And so this person is under an illusion of control that they could control narrative. This is an ego. The ego that gets created to make us feel safe. It's like, if I believe I have control, I'll always kind of feel safe because it's like, yeah, I can say and do certain things, get certain outcomes, then I feel better. But it's like, no, it's an illusion that the mind is creating. Okay, and this creates suffering when it doesn't go as planned. Okay, and so this is what's being transcended. It's like you are not a doer, you have no control. And also, they can't just assume and project what their narrative is, that you're going to be somebody here who's needing them to, I don't know, provide them all sorts of things, provide you all sorts of things, okay? So I feel like this person is in extremes. Like I do feel it's almost like it's extreme because they see you as like one extreme. That's like throwing them over the deep end. And it's like right now they see their energy as another extreme where it's like, I'm free. I only got to worry about myself. Is very light. There is no fear here, you know, and it's what I'm used to. And it's like, but it's also so extreme because it's like completely cut off from emotion and depths and feels. And it's like, if I were to even step in a little bit, they're picturing the polar end of the spectrum where it's like, I'd have to have children with you, and then these children would like depend on me for money, and then like it's very extreme because they're putting their mind into this version person that they'd have to be and do. But there's like no in between here, and it's like, well, we'd work out and be in the present moment of how things unfold, and our story would unfold the way it does. But it's like, I'm not even willing to unfold it how it does, knowing that I would lose the control. And I want the control, I want the ability to still be okay without getting hurt in the end. Okay, so will this person come forward? Yes. And they're going to communicate with you the minute they sort of sit with themselves, because I feel like this person is very much a non-committal energy and convinced themselves at one point in time that this was the best thing for them, you know, that they felt very free and it was good and all of this stuff. And it's like, yeah, there wasn't an element there, but it wasn't a peaceful freedom. It was running away from what could actually feel good, you know, like trusting and having inner security with self, because there's something here about connecting to inner self, trusting the inner self, and for things to unfold, even if they go sideways and they can't control this connection or you, I trust I'll be okay. That's what they need to learn. You know, I can trust myself. I don't have to fear the worst. And yeah, this person's like a lot of anxiety here, right up in their mind about it. And they have this unhealed thing. So this Tower is all about deconstruction of the false self, which is this ego transcendence and this getting struck by lightning. I really feel as this person seeing this connection, not expecting to feel the way they felt, being completely pulled and having to deal with this, because this person was under the illusion that they had control and they would always have control, or that there was this guise of, I say who and how. And up until now, I've been able to do this. And now all of a sudden, oops, I shattered my illusion. That narrative is actually not true. Ego death. Okay. And this person is, again, in the mind, like, I have to be this confident, successful, strategic, achieving energy in order to win. And if I don't feel that, it's like I'm too scared to step forward. If I felt like this, like I was going to achieve success and give you what you wanted and blah, 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 and it was like a no-brainer success, then I wouldn't hesitate. But I have a lot of self-doubt, and this person has a lot of lack of confidence in their ability to achieve this. Okay, so it doesn't mean this person is like not confident, hiding under their bed, shy, not wanting to talk. This is about their confidence in producing what they are projecting onto what they think you're going to need in order for you to be secure and trust them to stay here with this person, you know? So this is obviously a devilly energy with these sixes that I'm seeing here. Okay, and the devil lovers is about being in a destined sort of crossroads. And do we choose love or do we choose fear? Right now, this person has been choosing fear. They're being called to choose love, okay, but only through a reflecting period where they get out of all of these other things that are in their mind, okay, because right now they're being distracted by their fears. It's keeping things cloudy and not letting them commit to you. And not every choice that they make is going to lead to happiness here, okay, but one thing is for certain. By choosing this connection, this person's going to have to deal with their three swords. They can't cover it up. They can't run anymore. They can't procrastinate. They can't say, yeah, this is my hierophant, my lifestyle, because now it's been shown to them. It's like they can't undo or take a step backwards. Like I was telling you about, this person doesn't seem like the type of person that would say, yeah, fear is driving me. They think they were actively controlling the situation by avoiding things. But now it's apparent. It's like, no, I'm actually not wanting connection or thinking that I didn't want connection because I'm hurt. I have to deal with this hurt. And so either way, I'm going to deal with the hurt. So I'm going to deal with the hurt and then you leave, you know, and you're gone forever. And I feel like you're for me, or I can deal with you and because I know you're for me and still deal with this hurt. But either way, the hurt's going to be here and it has to get looked at. So of course, this is why this person is going to step forward, because either which way, the hurt's still here. They still got to deal with it. And why lose out on you, you know? So they're coming out of this foggy energy. Yeah, more devil here as well with the 15. Okay, and so there is fear with the moon. There's a lot of this, and it's all about the unconditional love with the 3, which I already talked about you. Okay, because I do feel your energy coming through with this divine feminine 3 number, which is all about unconditional love. Unconditional love is not transactional. It's not based on what you can do for me. Okay, and I feel that's what you're really learning about. I feel like there is a potential here for manifestation of commitment of a higher level based on unconditional love, not egoic, not fears, and trust. Okay, and that this person is being called to communicate the truth, which is truthfully, they feel a lot of love for you. Okay, so this is your reading, pile number 1. I hope this made sense. I love you very much. I'll see you at the next one. All right, bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2. You guys picked unconditional love. 108 with healthy love, growth level. It says love without expectations, love for no reason, absolute love, pure love, full acceptance, love without reserve. Type 9, the peacemaker, instinctive center between forgetting and asserting oneself. Number 9. Okay, so this is going to take a bit to lay the cards out here. Okay, so you can certainly skip ahead here, but we're going to ask for pile number 2 in regards to person they came here about, and why is this person avoiding, running, resisting this connection, delaying, stalling, whatever they're doing here. Why? Why are they in an energy here that's not allowing this connection to move forward and flow? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of beautiful pile number 2, Spirit. Please protect me and the viewer in this connection as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of beautiful pile number 2. Thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. Pile 2, person on their mind. And the tarot. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of this connection. Spirit, why is pile 2's person running, hiding, avoiding, resisting, denying, suppressing, blocking? Why are they challenged? Or why can't they let it flow? And what's going on here with this person? What does pile 2 need to know? Clear and concise message. Please help me to channel this in a way that pile 2 will understand for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. And this connection. All right. Beautiful. Let us begin. So we have 9 pentacles. Under 9 pentacles, the king. I was going to say the queen. The king of wands. I'm just going to move these out of my way. So we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. All right. And we have 4 of wands in reverse. This is my 1111 card, by the way. Some of you guys might be needing confirmation here. If you are looking for twin flame confirmation, this would be this. Okay. It doesn't have to be. It's just a label. Don't get stuck on labels. Okay. Page of Pentacles in reverse. King of Cups in reverse, which is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then 8 wands. Interesting. 8 wands came out for pile number 1. Same with this King of Wands. Some of you guys might have been called or pulled. Okay, so pride revealed itself. 47 and 2. Okay, sin, ego level. Pride, arrogance, assuredness, vanity, pride, vainglory, and pretentiousness. Type 2, the helper. Okay, and then we have the distance with 68 and 5. Relationship trap. Preserving your own space, fear of intrusion, withdrawal, staying away, personal protection, keep at arm's length. Type 5, the observer. Okay, and then we have betrayal. Oh my goodness, 66 and 3. So altered exterior image, falsehood and lies, failure, humiliation, social decline, career inactivity. Type 3, the achiever. Okay, so it says initiatory ordeal. And we have the submission, 17 and 8, basic fear, ego level, powerlessness, enslavement, fragility, weakness, subjugation, dependency. Type 8, the challenger. So 66 is a master number. Service is a source of joy in which one pours from an overflowing cup, not martyrdom. Okay. Then we have dispute, 27 and 9. Avoidance, ego level, confrontation, villain role, quarrel, breakup, divergency, and make a choice. And we have 18 and 9 with loss, abandonment, detachment, mourning, departure, separation, and distanciation. Type 9, the peacemaker, basic fear, ego level. Interesting, because we had, forgetting and asserting oneself here twice. Interesting. Okay, and then 96 and 6 with mystical union, growth level, divine faith, uncertainty accepted, inner confidence, hope, free loyalty, cosmic security, fears transcended. Interesting. I was going to say tears transcended. There's been lots of tears in this connection. Type 6, the loyalist. Okay, mystical union. Okay. Beautiful angels, let me sit here with this energy. You can go ahead and skip forward if you'd like. Okay. Beautiful angels, let's get the signs sort of out of the way here, okay? Now, please keep in mind, if this isn't the person you came here about, this could be your energy and you've tapped into a flip pile, okay? This could be someone else pulling through. You don't got to listen to it if you don't want to. I don't control who comes through here. I'm just reading energy, okay? I'm intending on it being your person, but a lot of times we tap into our own energy. All right, so we have Virgo, and we have Cancer, we have Pisces, we have Libra, Taurus, Leo, Capricorn, Gemini, and Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Aries, Leo, Sag. Okay? So, I think for a lot of you guys, this could definitely be your energy, but I won't put it on you. But, oh, I'm bleeding. Sorry, my lip is bleeding. All right, interesting. Maybe there was blood drawn here. Not literally, but with this betrayal. What does this mean? I feel like we're being tested here in this connection, okay? And I am reading this as your energy. And I feel like the whole delay or hang up, why it's not coming together, why union, oh, Linda, why union isn't happening here isn't because you don't want to have union. And I'm saying you, okay? Apply this how you see fit. This is how I'm going to channel it. I don't care. So why? This energy that I'm really tapped into is learning all about unconditional love. If this person doesn't learn about unconditional love, then they're repeating things they've already learned and they're not growing spiritually. And this earth plane isn't providing anything. The school of earth, okay, earth school isn't providing anything for this person. So this connection, this whole experience, no matter how challenged it is, because I do feel like this person feels betrayed, feels let down, and feels like they're not being seen and accepted and approved here. They feel like they're on the outs. Okay, so this is why I think it's you. Because I feel like Spirit is really saying that energetically, we're actually pushing out and delaying this connection. This is why it's not coming out or coming together. Okay, so does that mean that your person is wanting and they're in good energy? No, your person could also be running in a different way or avoiding. This is really talking about you're energetically not a match in this energy right now. Okay, and I'm going to read this like a twin flame connection because this is what it's giving off. And until I am in union with myself and give off the right sort of energy, the energy vibration that is a match, then I'm actually putting out a different sort of energy that's blocking, resisting, or not allowing this connection to come into balance. What is that vibration? That vibration is one of finding my whole self, not needing anyone or anything, confidence in my ability to be regulated and maintain my wholeness and completeness, and know that I'm whole and complete and full without having anyone else have to prop me up or make me feel a certain way. Okay. And so I feel like this is what this connection is showing you. And ego's in the way with this pride. And this pride, it's showing this root chakra, because I do feel like the root chakra has the block, which was created at childhood, which I do feel is an abandonment wound. Okay, and so this is really created in childhood where we want to feel safe and secure. It's the very base fundamental chakra here. Okay, and the ego is the solar plexus energy, which I see right here, about how it's coming through as pride. So they work kind of in unison here. Because of my need to have my inner child feel secure, safe, and whatever it needs, and it's crying out to do because it really has this wound that's very deep rooted. It is masked up by this solar plexus energy of pride. And this solar plexus energy of pride is like a mask that I put over top of it. And it looks like an energy of one who is I know this is going to sound extreme, okay? But this is sort of the energy. It's like, I'm the prize. I know what I'm worthy of. I'm deserving of this, that, and the other. I, all day long, I. I is not unconditional love. I is ego. There is no I. Okay? So what is this person learning? They're learning not about not caring about themselves and putting themselves behind and all this, but what they're learning is that there is no I and there's a big fat ego that's out here masquerading as pride to protect this little child. And the little child under there is really hurt. The little child under there wants love, of course. Love. It got abandoned. It feels a separation consciousness. This is all about breaking through the ego. Separation consciousness, feeling alone, feeling abandoned, feeling distant, feeling like someone else out there is going to bring me happiness, and then I'll feel whole and complete, and then I'll be happy, and then I'll get what I want, and then. No, there is no then. There's just this present moment. There is no then. And so as long as we think in the future, I'm going to, when I get this person, it's like, no. And then you get the person and then you want them to give you babies. And then they give you babies and it's like, then I want them to give me another baby. And then you're never happy. The ego, I should say. And so this is about ego going away because this ego is really covering up. Okay, it's masquerading as pride again. And it's saying, I know what's right. I know what's wrong. I know what's for me. I know what it's not. Meanwhile, it's coming from the pain body. So no, it doesn't know what it wants. No, it's driving out of a place of thinking that it knows what it is. And socially, this looks right, this looks wrong. But those are all judgments. There is no right, there is no wrong. There is just deconstruction of the ego. And once we see through the ego, then we can get real and authentic and love, and say, yeah, I love this person for who they are. I accept them, period. End of story. There is no other this and they did that and all of this stuff, even though I do believe that this person could be with somebody who is unruly and the unruliness is not coming together. So go check another pile if you want to see why that person's unruly, because I do feel like this is your energy and your person is in another pile. So this is all about, I have a mirror to me, again, twin flame, a mirror to me with an unruly person. It's not coming together. They're not committing. It's not working. I feel like there's potential here. It's not getting anywhere. I just want to move on, either on, away from this person or with this person. That the person loves you, but this person is emotionally blocked or unavailable to do anything with their feels for you. So it's like, what am I going to do with their feelings? I can't do anything with their feelings. Okay, so is this unconditional love or is this the ego saying, I need this and that? Because that's transactional. And so there is a need right now from the ego that's requiring some form of fulfillment for the inner child that's trying to attach to another person to fulfill them, you, okay, the inner child you. And what Spirit is saying is the inner child you needs to be fulfilled by you and you alone. This doesn't mean be single forever. This means once you talk to that inner child, nurture the inner child, understand the inner child, heal this thing, this abandonment, the separation consciousness, okay, and become enlightened and aware and transcend past this ego and learn about unconditional love of self, the inner child, and all that pain body that you might have experienced. Then you can unconditionally love this person. And then things will shift because this is some form of a twin flame union. Twin flame union, we cannot have ego. Twin flame union means we got to be in union balance with self. We cannot be in separation consciousness and come into union. Separation consciousness means it's me and the world out there. It's me and that person. So I miss them. I feel sad. They're doing this. They're doing that. It's separate from me. No, there is no separation. There's just the illusion of separation. And when you transcend ego, we know that we're one in the divine and we're one with this person. But this inner child feels very hurt, okay? And it wants to protect itself via this solar plexus, which is this pride, this confidence, this I'm the prize, this I have a list of things that I need. And we really believe that that's our authentic self, okay? We haven't connected to the authentic self. The authentic self, underneath the ego self, is actually all about unconditional love. Knowing how to give love and acceptance without it being from a desire to attach and a list of things that we absolutely need. Okay, so this person is being asked to submit and trust. This person's having a hard time doing this because trusting means I don't see where this is going to go. And if I don't see where this is going to go, again, the pride's getting in the way. It's like, I don't want to spend time then with this person. I don't want to give in to this. I don't want to be used. Because I. They're thinking the worst and they're trying to outsmart a narrative here. And so this person has a very hard time surrendering, submitting to what the universe is asking this person to do. Does this mean that everyone has to submit to unruly relationships? No, I'm talking about a twin flame connection that I'm tapped into right here. That is highly in ego, which I feel is you or viewer. This energy in ego is feeling separate from their person and is in their feels. And they're really being asked to surrender here, to feel weak. I don't like this feeling of feeling weak. No, you don't. The inner child doesn't, because it wants to have a form of security in another person because it was abandoned. Okay, it was abandoned, and so now I seek it. And Spirit is saying there's nothing to seek. It's already within. We have to see it. We have to connect to it. We have to transcend past it. And then we don't create this egoic pride that's sort of out there trying to attach to other people, saying, now you give me whatever. Now you give me this thing that my inner child needs, this security or this commitment that's going to make me feel safe and secure. It's like, no, you're going to feel safe and secure on your own before you can come into a union or to a connection, which means you have to submit, which makes you very uncomfortable because right now you believe you're the ego. You believe you're this I, this person who is going to fulfill itself by any means of which it looks right to you. And it's like, no, that's just your mind story saying what's right, what's wrong, what's going to be for you, what's not. Meanwhile, it's like, no, that's the inner child pain body talking. We don't know what's right yet because we're being asked to bring our authentic self online. The authentic self online comes up and cracks through only when the ego disintegrates. When we see through the ego, our own pride, our own story of what this person needs to do for me, how they need to be for me, and what they need to do, and if only they did this, and if only they did that. Once we start to let that go, and we're like, that person can do and be however they be and do. I can love them from afar. I can love them without resisting. It doesn't control my pulls. It doesn't make me feel not loved. It doesn't make me feel out of control. It doesn't make me feel less than. Doesn't make me feel sad, abandoned, doesn't do any of that stuff for me. Why? Because I am a light being, whole and complete, completely confident in my energy. That's completely different than I'm the prize, I'm the prize, I'm the prize. But the minute someone doesn't do or say the thing I want them to do or say or commit to me, then it's like, ooh, I feel this abandonment. I feel like I'm at a distance. I feel not connected to. I feel sad, bad, lonely, apart. No. Ego. Okay, so we're healing this inner child. We're looking at the root chakra abandonment wound, and we're having to trust the divine because divine is in control. This is a divinely orchestrated connection of twin flames, whatever you want to call it, spiritual people coming into union. Okay, once they develop the inner confidence in themselves to be self-sustaining, not creating a masquerade of ego. And once they're able to do this, then they're free to love unconditionally. And they transcended past their fear. What's their biggest fear? Fear of abandonment. Fear of being alone, and they're never alone. They'll feel alone until they connect and know that they're not, until they connect to their divinity. This person is being awakened to their divinity, so they know there is no separation. That's all an illusion. I am whole, I'm complete, I'm a divine light, and I feel totally at peace. That's what this person is going to do. They transcend past their fear, come into union, and then their person, which, by the way, is going to be mirroring their energy if this is a spiritual connection, which, by the way, there is a potential here for things to develop and for things to begin. Right now, it's blocked. Okay, it's blocked because the ball is in this person's court. To deal with the ego, to transcend past this, to learn about unconditional love without selling themselves and trying to sell the farm in order to get what they want and say, it's unconditional love. I've done everything for this person. Is it for them? Or what's your intention? Because it's unconditional love of self. It's standing up for self. If this means walking away with full acceptance, then we walk away full acceptance. This is submission. And it's not energetically still manipulating situations. That's not submitting. That's not surrendering. That's, I still think I can control something here, or the ego does, by giving this person more, or blocking this person, or saying this, or doing that. I still am trying to control narrative in this person. As long as we're trying to control how this person engages, then we're still in ego. We're not trusting the divine, and we're not in union. Okay? So, all about transcending ego, trusting the divine, seeing through our own ego. We're not the prize. Everyone is special. Connect to your own divinity and manage the emotions that aren't swinging on a pendulum, that know that there is no separation. Okay, beautiful angels. If you are in separation with this person at this time, Spirit is coming through that there will be this person coming through with a communication. Okay, some of you guys are at a geographical distance that's coming through, but I do feel for some of you guys, a lot of you guys are actually in separation or no contact. This person is coming forward. Now, are they coming forward because they want union? No, but this is a part of the process of getting closer to union. Okay, could there be a big argument? Sure. But the argument might be needed in order for us to see our own ego. How do we respond to this person? What are we saying when they come back? Are we giving them a laundry list of the ego's desires, of what we need them to be and who we want them to be in order for me to be happy? Okay, well, then that's the big fat ego that's still in the way. Okay, so this person comes in, and it's really as a mirror to reflect back to us what state we're in, so we know where we're at. Are we still in full-on ego? Are we transcended past it? Are we still hurt? Are we still manipulating energy because we're still desiring outcome? This is all about observing self, not how this person comes correctly. This person, I'm going to see what they say, and if they come correctly, and if they're willing to take the next step, and if they. No, now that's outward projection. That's just seeing out there. That's still separation consciousness. There's an out there. No, it's all about me and about this being a mirror to see where I'm at. What am I saying? What am I doing? How am I engaged? Is this for the greatest and highest good of the divine? Or is this my ego trying to scratch a niche here of an inner child that wants something that's never going to be happy, by the way, until it's healed? It's always going to be attaching, seeking, and emotionally depleted on a yo-yo based on whether someone comes or goes or gives me what I want. As an inner child, gives me security, safety, whatever it is. Okay? Beautiful angel, I don't know if this got delivered very harshly, but this is your message, not for everyone. I hope this helped you. I love you so, so much. And if you were drawn to another pile, I do feel your person is in another pile. All right? I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Pile number 3. You guys pick abandonment with fundamental injury. 58 stress level. So it says, being forgotten, being left, orphan, desertion, feeling ignored, being withdrawn, type 4, the individualist, emotional center between lack and abundance. So we're going to get into the person on your mind and why is this person avoiding, running, resisting, blocking this connection? Okay, prolonging, procrastinating, delaying, whatever they're doing that's sort of getting in the way of this connection. Okay, and we'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message. For the greatest and highest good of this connection, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of the viewer and this connection. Thank you so much, Spirit. This might take a while. If you guys want to go straight away to, one more, Spirit said, to your message, you can click on the timestamp below, okay, because this might take a bit. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. Please help me to channel this in a way pile 2 will understand. 2? Are you 2? I'm so sorry. 3. Some of you guys might have been pulled to 2. I don't know why I was saying 2. Pile 3. Spirits. Pile 3. For the greatest and highest good of pile 3, person pile 3 came here about why is this person running, avoiding, hiding, conflicted about moving forward in this connection at this time. Okie dokie. Lots of cards. Tarot. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good. Why is pile 3, this person, avoiding, running, pushing away this connection? Well, I've seen them, so I'm going to take them. I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to take this one. We have the Page of Wands and the Six Swords. Jumpy cards. 4 pile 3 spirits. Is this person avoiding, running, blocking, resisting, procrastinating, stalling, delaying this connection? King of Cups in reverse. I think we've seen this for all 3 piles so far. Okay, let me move these cards over here. On the bottom of the deck energy, we have the 9 Pentacles. Interesting, that came out for pile number 2 after I finished calling you pile 2. Okay, anger revealed itself. Card 46. I'm going to go through these, hammer through them quickly. Okay, but like I said, you can skip ahead. So sin, ego level, 46 and 1. Anger, aggressiveness, bitterness, fury, rage, irritation, bad mood. Type 1, the perfectionist, instinctive center between control and letting go. And we have 103 and 4. Profound love, healthy love, growth level. Sensitive love, intuitive love, subtle love, original love, creative love, introspective love. Type 4, the individualist. Okay, and then we have bad news, difficult event, stress level, 75 and 3. Unpleasant information, malicious post, nasty notice, unkind letter, unfavorable option. Painful announcement, type 3, the achiever. Okay, and we have materialism, 57 and 3, desire to be admired. Cult of the image, falsehood, superficiality, self-aggrandizement, spiritual competition. Type 3, the achiever. Ego's pitfall. Okay, and then we have 73 with 1 and 4, depression, self-destruction, desperation, jealousy, pessimism, resignation, and suicidal urges. Type 1, the perfectionist. All right, and then we have assertiveness, thorough action, positioning, decision, discipline, self-expression, thoughtful action. Type 4, the individualist, right beside anger. Interesting. Okay, and then we have suspicion with 69 and 6, collective plague, stress level. It says generalized mistrust, tracking trend, lies, paranoia, hidden things, duty to monitor. Type 6, the loyalist. Okay, and then we have self-forgetfulness. 45 and 9, self-cancellation, compromise, adaptation, concession, self-neglect, forget your needs. Type 9, the peacemaker. And we have being untroubled. Number 9, veil of ignorance, need for harmony, stubbornness, inertia, anesthesia, self-forgetfulness, conflict avoidance. Type 9, the peacemaker. Okay, wow. And now with the tarot, we have the 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. That came out for pile number 2. Same with this King of Cups and this 9 of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands, clarified by the 6 of Swords. And then we have the Tower in reverse. That also came out for pile number... No, is that pile 1? I think for pile 1. And then we have the King of Cups in reverse. Okay. What's under this 9 Pentacles? Death. Wow. Okay, let me sit her with this energy. Self-forgetfulness. Self-forgetfulness. Interesting that would come out twice here. Okay. Interesting energy. I do feel I've read for this sort of energy in the past, of course, because you guys are here. So this could be your energy. This could be the person you came here about. Okay, if it's your energy, that means you tapped into a flip pile. Go check out another pile if you want. Sometimes we get someone completely different pull through here. I can't help it. If you know who that person is, then it's your reading, but don't have to listen to it, okay? I don't control that. So we have Aries, Scorpio, Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, Libra, Capricorn, Gemini, I don't think I mentioned, Cancer, and then Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Scorpio, and Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, okay? 4 signs. What's going on here with this person? I think that this person, I don't see it here, but I do feel a heavy sort of third party, okay? Third party. Now, this person has been in an energy of checking off some form of box here. And it could very well, for a lot of you guys, be this, but apply to your situation, okay? But in the materialism, it's like, I committed to getting married, this family, upholding this family is my responsibility and my duty, and therefore everything else fell to the wayside. This person is neglecting their heart and everything else, spiritually, emotionally, and it doesn't matter. This person is having to overcome this. Why? Because this person was thinking they were smarter than the divine or the universe, that they could somehow live a life like this and be the only person on earth that could be unfulfilled and miserable in some capacity, okay? But I think what's happened here is that you and this person came together in order to give this person a reality check. And this reality check is to allow this person to be honest with themselves about their current situation. Their current situation isn't fulfilling this person. This person has a deep wound in which would only make them do this thing to themselves. Because who, in their right mind, would commit to something at the expense of ever allowing themselves to feel emotionally happy? And we could say, well, anyone could just go get their thrills and then, then there would be no sort of commitments or loyalties. No, this isn't about this. This is about strictly having an understanding and then telling ourselves that that is how we have to be, because it's been beat into us and we are already coming from the wrong baseline. I say wrong because it's not aligned with truth. And what that baseline is that it's okay. It's okay. I don't need this. It's okay. I don't need to connect to the heart. It's okay. Like, no, it's not okay. We're telling ourselves this thing. And then what happens? This person is sabotaging themselves. Okay. And they're not saying, yeah, I'm choosing to do this because it feels good. It's like, no, you're choosing to do this and then convincing yourself why you got to be there and then be mad about it. This person is needing to channel their energy in order to be proactive, in order for them to make decisions that are actually balanced, heart and mind, for their greatest good, not to upkeep some sort of story, illusion, belief, or what everyone else sort of told them that they had to do or be, and then be mad and upset about it. They're sabotaging their own happiness. And then they're unhappy and experiencing this unhappiness. So why are they delaying or prolonging? It's because the egoic self that is telling them that they got to be in this place in order to upkeep some sort of fulfilling obligation or duty in some way, and put themselves behind everyone, sort of like this martyr energy, is the right thing to do. Okay? And we know that it's just the ego here that's trying to martyr in order to say, I did it right, or I am making this decision. Okay? But I do feel like this person, like there's a heavy energy here of like, I don't know how to put this into words, but it's like they don't trust themselves. And so I feel like this person has a very difficult time trusting anyone else would have their best interest at heart, because they don't have their best interest at heart, because they've proven to themselves and their inner child that they keep choosing something that isn't fulfilling for them. And they're upset about it. And they have no one to be mad about, to, or at, except for themselves. And so since I keep doing this to me, and I see myself in this way, or my inner child isn't fulfilled, it's like, of course, I don't have the capacity to see anyone else to think of my best interest. And so this person is suspicious, and this person doesn't see how anyone else could like actually have their well-meaning interest in mind. It's like, if this person knew, okay, that they could connect to themselves, to choose for themselves what makes them very happy, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, then they could see this in other people and know that they could trust, and that what others are wanting for them, it'd be trusting and exploring and experiencing. But right now it's like, I can't even trust and explore that, because that must be like an angle. That must be like a trick or a trap, because you would obviously be kind of like me, right? Like thinking about scratching an itch or filling a box of sorts here that you're being called to do. And so those are your motives. It's like, no, that's a projection. So this person's projecting your motives onto why it is that maybe you're wanting to work with this person. Okay, there's also a side note that's coming through very loud. A lot of you guys are to create something with this person. I don't know. It could be a business. It could be a family. It could be like a spiritual calling here, something to the collective. It could be some creator content. It could be, I don't know. But this person can only create this thing when they're aligned with their authenticity, when they're not in the matrix, upkeeping this form of box checking and whatever they're doing. Now, I think some of you guys, because I think someone's asking here for confirmation, that you sort of learned about this person's third party, or like, I don't know. I feel like there was a way that this happened, or how this came about, that maybe is like, it created conflict in this connection in a way that's like, I can't trust this person now, because maybe they could have went about telling you or revealing this position that they were in sooner, or more clear, or not stringing you on, or like, not that everyone was strung along, but I feel like some of you guys might feel really like this person let you down, and that they could have had more involvement in how this came out, or how you found out, or this transitional period, because I feel like you feel really let down, abandoned, like this person cowardly sort of just dropped the ball on you. It's like, well, I'm just in this position here, and that's like my main focus. Peace be with you. And you're like, what? Why did we, I don't know, have sex for 10 months or something like this? Like, why did you talk to me about this? Or why? Like, you had a bunch of whys. And now it's like you feel betrayed. You feel used. You don't feel good, And that this person just keeps giving you like the routine answer or whatever. Like, no, but this is, I don't know. This is my duty. This is my responsibility. What am I going to do about the family, or the this or the that, So it's like this person feels almost like if they were to fight for what they want, it's like they feel, oh, it'd be a big fight here, and so I might as well like surrender to what's right. Meanwhile, no one's saying it's right but themselves. And it's like they're already sticking to that sort of being how they have to be for whatever reason. So there's another energy here of yours that's like coming through, because I feel like you're on a path. And since these spiritual journeys are very much interconnected with growth, it is about you learning to trust, to love through your intuition. Because I feel like whatever is being created to the collective, now I do feel your person has some sort of involvement, but I feel like you have a role that is coming through, and it comes through loud and clear when your intuition is on tune. And to create this sort of thing will only happen at a certain point in time, when you're sort of healed, or when you've developed something here. And that's what you're working through. And so this experience is divinely orchestrated, because through this experience, I was forced to acknowledge my intuition, forced to understand self, forced to work through certain things, and to create. And sometimes we create things out of heartbreak and pain and betrayal and suffering, You're creating something here, and I feel like Spirit wants you to create it. Do not wait for this person, because you might feel like you need to resolve this or whatever, and you might feel let down, And so I feel like for this group, there's still sort of a resentment here for how this person sort of did you dirty, and they didn't do you dirty. Their ego is upkeeping some masquerade here that they really feel is needed, and it's not needed. And they're hanging on to that illusion of that needing to be the role that they need to play, because it's really protecting the underlayer of what's going on here, because the sabotage of giving away the possibility of me being truly loved, nurtured, and cared for because I don't feel I deserve it. Okay. Now, if you ask this person, they're not gonna say, no, I'm not deserving of love. No, of course not. They're gonna think that they're this, high duty martyr person. But underneath, the inner child is pushing away real, true love, because this person's heart is with this connection. This person has deep, deep love and feels for you. They're upkeeping some, well, for sure their ego, and for sure some world or some community, some built structure, some identity that's in the matrix world. And then they're justifying this by pushing you away and then not believing what they feel and kind of being suspicious and doubtful and questioning the intention of this connection. Could it be the real deal? And it's like the only reason we would be in this energy is because we're unhealed and projecting. And so we need to get rid of fears and ego so that we can use the intuition, because intuition won't lie. The intuition knows what's up. The intuition is connected straight to the heart and the divine. So the intuition would lead this person straight out of a materialistic matrix upkeeping environment, straight to an environment that would give to it a profound love, that would speak to this person, that would help them to heal. Okay, but they're like fighting this off, avoiding and defending, because this person, again, needs to learn how to channel their energy differently. So how is this person also feeling? I think they're angry, they're upset, they're disappointed, but they did it to themselves. There's a high energy here of self-sabotage through self-sacrifice, and then thinking that we had to do it and then justifying why. But really, it's sort of underneath that it wasn't martyring for the good of all. It was martyring so I could feel better about something that's going on within me that can't get silenced or can't get healed or fixed. And so I don't know what this thing is, and I don't know that that's why I'm doing it. This person doesn't know why they're doing it. They don't feel worthy and deserving of a deep, profound love here. Okay, and they're disconnected from their intuition because they're all up in the matrix, trying to upkeep this egoic reason for feeding the babies. I don't know, but there's massive transformation here. Okay, this person is having to learn about their own, like right now they're enmeshed in something, it's like totally enmeshed, whether they're the provider or dependent on someone. It doesn't really matter. It's that someone is in a symbiotic sort of relationship connection. Their community or their setup, their structure is giving them a source of identity. The minute it gets stripped away, I'm left with only me. And when I'm left with only me, I feel very uncomfortable, because then I see this thing within me that has to be looked at and healed. And so I might have to resolve angers and resolve pains and sadness and all of this stuff, this inner child stuff that's like within me that isn't healed, in order for me to be able to be confidently capable, independent, and show up for a connection whole and complete. If I can't show up like this, I'm too enmeshed in something here that is propping me up as much as I'm propping it up. It really is like this symbiotic thing. And so whether it's this person's giving to it or, like I said, are pulling from it, either way, each of it gets sort of a thing from it. But this person is getting the shorter end of the deal, even though they think they're not. It's like protecting the calling to look and heal this thing that I've been avoiding and delaying and suppressing and denying and too fearful. But it's happening whether we like it or not, because nothing lasts forever. And so even this community falls, even this relationship or this marriage falls, or this material matrixy thing, it's transforming by the second. This person has no choice but to sort of free themselves from this thing. Slowly but surely, this person is moving out of this energy, because I do feel like this connection is calling this person to explore something different than what they're maybe used to. It's like, this is so heavy. The anger, the pain, the disappointment is too heavy. And at a certain point, we can't no more. Towers always crumble and fall, no matter how much we keep it up. We could prop it up with a whole bunch of other stones and wood and whatever, but eventually the tide comes, the storm comes, the wind comes, something's going to come, and this tower is going to come tumbling down. We can't hold it up. It's very tiring. Okay, and so this person is being called to explore where they're being called to explore in order for them to be honest and authentic with where their feelings are being called and pulled to. Not suppress and hide and deny that they have feelings or that this is something they can never explore and not explore because of all of this other man-made stuff. Okay, like if this really was a choice, then great. And then we made a choice to be loyal and commit. But the fear is making this choice to avoid healing something. Once we heal this thing, this person then will have a choice, a conscious choice. Do I want to stay here and do the right thing still at the expense of my feelings? Or do I want to do the right balanced thing and be honest with everyone involved? Here's how I'm feeling. This is what's happening. This is why I'm here. And if it ends up being that I got to stay put in the physical world, then that's stay put. But I have to heal this thing. This thing isn't healed, and this thing is calling all the shots. And this thing is manifesting as an identity of an ego that thinks it's like doing the best thing for all, and it's this martyr energy. Meanwhile, again, anger, resentment, bitter, and whatever. So this person is transforming, changing slowly. Is there going to be movement? Yes, because the death is inevitable. Okay, so there's inevitable change here. The tower, like I said, inevitably happens. And I feel like with towers, it's sudden. Okay, although we see the slow Six Swords, I think what this is talking about is this person's been in this situation for quite some time, being called and pulled away slowly. So you've been in it with this person for some time, watching it sort of slowly move out. Slowly, you see bits of rock falling from this tower, little bits here and there, but at any point, this is going to be a tumbling of the tower. And when the tower tumbles, the ego falls. And we have no choice but to deal with this. This is what this person is doing. And the more they prolong this, the more destruction when the tower sort of falls on top of all the stuff that we were trying to upkeep. It's very exhausting. Okay? So, beautiful angel, this is your reading. I hope this helped you, and I'll see you at the next one. All right, bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 4, you guys picked the card of On Time, card 15 or number 6. Temporality, it says ego level. Perfect timing, at maturity, well-timed, right time, spot on time, accurate timing, type 6, the loyalist. So we're going to pull the cards. Okay, you guys can certainly skip ahead if you want. Okay, let's ask Spirit for a clear and concise message in regards to pile number 4 and the person they came here about. Why is this person avoiding, running, denying this connection? Are they resisting? Are they hesitating, procrastinating? Why? Why are they not allowing this connection to flow? What is the biggest reason for this person to not engage, move forward with this connection, Spirit? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of beautiful pile number 4. Please protect me and this connection and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Pile 4, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here. I am being called to pull one more of these. For Pile 4, the person they came here about, why is this person delaying, suppressing, running, avoiding, blocking Pile number 4 or this connection at this time? Well, what's with the delay here in this connection? Why is it hung up? Why is it stuck, Spirit? Thank you so much. I'll take the one that revealed itself. Feeling this one and this one. Wow. Okay. Interesting. That's a lot. Let's pull the tarot. Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 4. Now, some of you guys, I think I'll mention this not in the card layout here because I know a lot of you guys don't watch this. But a lot of you guys might have been called to pile 1, okay? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 4. Why is pile 4's person avoiding, running, resisting, blocking, delaying, procrastinating, moving forward in this connection? Why? Why? What's their reasoning? What's the real reason? Why is there massive delays, blocks, challenges? Okay. Let's take a looky-loo. So when you saw the On Time and we saw this being successful, it's number 3, veil of ignorance, ego level, all-consuming, ambitious, Lack of authenticity, falsehood, workaholic, competitiveness, appearances, valuation. Type 3, the achiever, emotional center between appearing and authenticity. And we have journey, adventure, travel, trip, exodus, discovery, and migration. Type 7, the enthusiast, neutral events with 43 and 7. And we have 74 and 2, difficult event, broken heart, emotional stress, huge grief, trauma, intense pain, affective shock, deep disappointment. Type 2, the helper. And we have nature, mountain, seaside, forest, desert, garden, and countryside, place and activity, 19 and 1. Type 1, the perfectionist, instinctive center between control and letting go. And then we have 31 and 4 with introjection, defense mechanism, artistic sublimation, identification, inclusion, absorption, incorporation, internalization. Type 4, the individualist. And we have weakness, 26 and 8, with avoidance, ego level, powerlessness, helplessness, fragility, vulnerability, loss of control, situation of inferiority. Type 8, the challenger, instinctive center between strength and weakness. 94, equanimity, depth of feelings, detachment, calmness, insensitivity, stabilized mood, emotional mastery. Type 4, the individualist, emotional center between lack and abundance, virtue, growth level. We read that one. And we have 101 with being of service, and card 2, or number 2, responding to real needs, true altruism, self-care, love offering, humble charity, unconditional support, return to the world. Type 2, the helper. Okay, and then we have 66. This came out for pile number 2. Okay, so 66 is a master number. Service is a source of joy in which one pours from an overflowing cup, not martyrdom. Betrayal, altered exterior image, a falsehood and lies, failure, humiliation, social decline, career inactivity. Type 3, the achiever. And this is kind of this energy of with the solar plexus here. Okay, so we have feeling of usefulness. Yeah. Dark night of the soul, 74 and 2. Bitterness for having helped. Feeling unlovable. Exhaustion, unrecognition. Unrecognition? Is that a word? Unrecognition. Okay, sure. Feeling rejected, feeling abandoned. Type 2, the helper. Okay, interesting. Helper here, helper here. And then the 66, like I said, is like someone sort of martyring in some way. Okay, are we really helping, or what are we doing? Ace of Wands and the Empress. Wow. And we have the, oh my goodness, you guys, and the Emperor, divine feminine, divine masculine here, Taurus, Libra, Aries, energy, and the 4 Wands in reverse. Crazy. This is my twin flame, 1111, and the 10 Wands, and under 10 Wands is the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let me sit here with this cray-cray reading, because it's, what is going on here? I don't like that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. I'm just going to sit with this. Sorry, I had to rearrange it. Okay, pile number 4. I have more questions than I do answers here for sure, but we'll see as we pull it back. We might do more tarot here for this group, although I didn't for the others, but hopefully the channel comes through very clear because, like I said, there's a lot of question as well. So this is intended for it to be the person you came here about. Could it be your energy? Absolutely. That means you tapped into your own energy. Congratulations. You can listen, go to another pile. I can't help who showed up here, okay? Hopefully it is your person. I'm going to channel it exactly as it comes through. Let's get the signs out of the way. We have Aries and Scorpio, Capricorn, and Gemini, Leo, Aquarius, Libra, Taurus, Pisces, Cancer. And that's it. Okay, that's quite a bit of signs here. So let me say, first of all, if you aren't here for the card layout, we have the Emperor and the Empress here, and the Four Wands, okay? Four Wands is my 1111 card. This signifies twin flame if you're on a spiritual journey of such. It's a divine masculine, sorry, divine feminine, divine masculine, divine counterparts here, okay? So there's something very, very profound here in regards to this connection. Okay, now lots of wands energy, passion, 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 passion. Okay, 10 wands is the 10 wands of burden. And when we're feeling 10 wands, there's a need to put something down and we need to surrender. We can't carry this bushel uphill. Okay, so 5 Pentacles talks about us being left out in the cold or feeling abandoned here. Okay, so I feel like both of you guys, because I'm getting strong energy of both people in this connection, are feeling the effects of this connection not grounding and coming together. So either we've split up too many times or we've been apart for too long. But either which way, there's a desire and a need and a pull to get things balanced, even to come into union. Our hearts are crying to connect to each other in a way here that doesn't leave us or put us out. The only reason we would ever feel really put out is if we believe in some separation consciousness, which means I see out there a separate world and I'm lacking. Okay, so we're healing this belief in lack, this belief in separation. And this has been the heaviest burden, is that when I believe that I'm separate from you, I create a bunch of suffering and pain. And I carry this as long as I carry that belief. And that belief is made from a construct of the ego. Okay, and the ego's trying to protect me and keep me safe. And so it creates this identity. And meanwhile, underneath that, I am whole and complete. And there is no need to protect myself from dangers because there is no real danger. Okay, so this person that I'm tapped into, which I do feel is your person, but there is some of your energy coming through because we, like I said, there's divine masculine and feminine coming through here. There is an energy here. It's almost like there's so many downloads now coming through. Okay, thank you, Spirit, but one thing at a time. First of all, Spirit wants you to know that this connection is divinely, divinely guided. Okay, now obviously we're always guided by the divine, but I feel like this journey is right down to everything as it has been unfolding here has been really all about the divine, bringing you guys together, bringing you guys towards union. Okay, this hasn't happened, but Spirit is assuring this on time. I feel for this group, there is a union coming very close. Okay, and if you've read or seen, listened to all my readings, have I ever given you guys false hope about a union coming together? No. Okay, this union coming together very much, now again, time doesn't exist, but very much on, it's unfolding according to divine timing. Okay, we don't like to hear divine timing because that could mean, next lifetime, whenever. This is like Spirit saying right now, something's unfolding here. This journey is being solidified here. We're still upside down. Why are we still upside down? And because I feel like there is still the final stretch here. Okay, after the 10 wands is back to the beginning. Okay, so after this 10 wands, which we can't no more, and we put down this burden, and there's a new beginning here. And I feel like this new beginning is you and your person being in the upright, because I do feel like there's been a lot of work done on both sides here. You would know that this resonates for you and your person because you and your person are completely different than how you guys started. There's been a journey here. Okay, I do feel like your person, again, has an ego about them, as we all do here, okay? But it is one that had to be worked through and seen through. I feel like this person has an idea of themselves, how they want to be, who they think they are, like we all sort of do, but that they're attached to and believe is to be true. This has created all sorts of pain in this situation, but it's a form of this person controlling outcome. Okay, and I also feel like this could really highly be reflected on you as well, because I do feel like there's an ego that has had to be worked through on your end about an image of who you thought you were and how you needed to be, both of you guys. And so this created the 5 pentacle energy between you and this person, feeling like the other person was betraying you, or him, you, them, by being themselves. Were they really betraying you, or was this just the shadow, the fears talking? It's the shadow, the fears. This person that I'm tapped into, by the way, this feels like a very blended pile, so I'm trying to shoo off an energy that is, I don't want to read right now. Spirit, one energy. Your person, they, and you can apply this too, because I feel it's on both sides with this mirroring, okay? This person felt like certain ways that you were engaged with them was like trying to, like do something to them that wasn't in their best interest. I don't think you were outwardly ever trying to hurt this person. Just like this person wasn't outwardly trying to hurt you. Have they hurt you? I feel like there's been a lot of challenge here, a lot of feeling abandoned, a lot of feeling shut out, because the ego was in play. And so I said mean things, or I acted in a certain way to protect myself. I didn't want to seem foolish. I didn't want to put myself out there. I didn't want to take the first move. I just was too fearful. And we all have those stories, okay? And so I feel like what we experienced over a period of time, now it could be a repeat, or it could be through an extended period of suffering and pain, but all we were left with was empty-handed, 3 swords. A broken heart. I feel brokenhearted when we're not aligned. I feel brokenhearted when I'm not beside you in union, feeling complete. And, we feel complete on our own, but feeling like I have my other person here, because this person feels like you're their person. Just like you feel that this person is your person. Okay, this is like, I was meant for you and you were meant for me. But this isn't from a pain body. This isn't from an abandonment wound. This is, I had to understand my own ways of engagement that was really through a lens of me wanting to appear in a certain way to you or for myself that I thought I had to be or do, that was creating all sorts of drama, tension, pain. And I was trying to avoid dealing with my feelings and being honest with myself because of the fact that the ego was louder. And so if I was honest with my feelings from the hop, then it's like it would be battling my ego, which my ego was screaming very loud at me, saying, hey, protect yourself. Don't be a fool. I don't want you to get betrayed. You're going to be humiliated. You might not be accepted. This person might just go in and use you or turn around and make a fool out of you, or maybe it's going to hurt you. It's all going to end in pain and suffering. And so, no. So why was this person, and I'm speaking in past tense, because I do feel like this person is coming into union with you, which means they're overcoming something here, okay? If they're not there, they will be here soon. Again, we're not all on the same timeline, but because I feel there's been a long, long journey here with this person. I don't feel like this person is resisting in the way they were in the past, but I feel like the only thing that's happening here now is this person is needing to be honest with the depth of their feelings. In the past, I feel like this person might have been fighting those feelings, avoidant of those feelings, not talking about the feelings, trying to control narrative, and situations, and being very difficult, creating all sorts of egoic drama, arguments, tensions, 5 swords, and then it all results in the 3 swords and the 5 pentacle. Broken heart, grief, trauma, pain, suffering, feeling alone, feeling abandoned. And I don't know how many times or how long this has been going on, but it's like, it's enough now. Why? Because lessons have been learned. Spirit is saying lessons have been learned, okay? And so there's something about surrendering to the natural flow and progression of this journey. However, this person still has not, like I said, communicated the depth of their feelings. And I feel like this person has tried to remain detached in order to protect themselves. Okay. And so this person, and I'm tapped into the divine masculine, doesn't have to be gender. Okay. If you get triggered with genders, then go watch a show that talks about gender equality. So I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about masculine energy, and it's coming through as, it's so funny. Oh, spirit. Sorry. This channel is all choppy. Okay. So I'm talking about masculine energy. This masculine thinks and has an ego story about what it means to be masculine and what it means to be in a connection. And one part of this narrative says it might be weak to show vulnerability, to completely wear my heart on my sleeve and say how I feel. This is a sign of weakness. Now, whether it's true or not is not the point. The point is I believe it, and this makes me hold myself back. This person has a lot of animal instinct towards you, a lot of passion here with all of these wands, fire. They see you as their person. There's a lot of respect for you. There's a lot of love for you. They see you at their level. Whether you believe this person's at your level or not, I don't know. I feel like this person does see you at their level, but I feel like this person thinks that being open and being all emotional and drama and all of this stuff, okay, with expressing self is a sign of weakness. And so I want to appear stoic or in control, like I'm stabilized, like I have control over my emotions, like they're not pulling me to and fro. And maybe in the past, this could have been a sign for you that, oh, they're not interested, or, oh, they're too calm, cool, and collected. Oh, they're not feeling it as intensely, or, oh, they're not pulled. No, that's not true. This person is pulled. They've been fighting themselves. And now it's like they don't have to fight themselves so much because they're coming into some natural acceptance of this thing. Okay, so I feel like this person is detached from some story that they heavily identified with, which was the one that was creating the tension, the one that was creating all of the drama. And now they're looking at and sitting with this understanding that they have that to not communicate feelings is a sign of weakness, and having to sort through and be honest with themselves with this. Now, both of you guys, I feel very, very strongly that this connection is so profound and so divine, like all twin flame connections. Okay, well, all connections are very divine, but specifically impacting the collective, impacting the community, impacting the collective in a way here that it sets an example. How spiritual union can bring peace and harmony to connections through the form of unconditional love, through serving another. Okay, I feel like both these people, you and your person, are going to be of service here. Okay, this person's washing this person's feet. And so it's like, I was humble enough and I am committed enough to be of service, however this means, because I've truly transcended past my ego. Okay, because until I was able to do this, I felt like I was wandering this earth, feeling useless, like feeling like I had no purpose, feeling like, what's it all for? Floating around in the matrix, transactional relationships, burning my tires, doing whatever that wasn't fulfilling. This connection is absolutely fulfilling in a deep, deep spiritual way, because it's opening the door to that in which is the calling here to return to the world, to give to the world, but not without going through this dark night of the soul, the shedding of the ego, this 3 swords of betrayal, which is resolving the hurts that's been deeply within me, okay, that were set here by who knows when, other relationships, childhood things, shadows, traumas, experiences. And I feel like this connection has gone through identifying, what does that mean? What does this look like? How is this impacting the person that I love? Is this getting me success, balance, and peace? Or is this creating strife and drama and trauma and upkeeping the pain that I've already experienced? This person doesn't want to experience pain and suffering because this person feels like they've experienced this too long or too much. This person feels like you're a blessing to this person. So why are they delayed and held back? This person is going through undoing their belief that showing weakness or expressing themselves fully by acknowledging their feelings isn't a sign of weakness. So I don't think this person is like, yeah, I feel all these ways, I'm just not going to tell pile 4. No, they've been in denial energy, telling themselves that they don't feel as deeply as they feel. And so it's like, I won't admit to myself the true depth of my feelings. And as long as I don't admit it to me, I can't admit it to you. Never mind taking action on it. But the minute I'm open, the minute I surrender and put down these wands burden, because I'm fighting every day to tell myself that feelings are weak and that I need to be strong and not show my hand and fight these emotions. But it's like, I can't no more. I got to put this down. And when I put this down, I acknowledge the feelings that are here. And the feelings that are here are tremendous. And when I do this, I'm going to want to come together. I'm going to want to solidify things. I'm going to want to make things happen here with you and I. Okay, so if it hasn't led to the next phase or solidifying this connection as a union, as a commitment, as a marriage, or whatever you want to solidify this connection, it's solely being hung up right now based on this person understanding that they can accept their feelings as not a weakness, but as a truth, as a strength, and as something that is valid and as something that they can accept and talk about, be open about, and take action on. And I feel like this person has not been doing that at all. Okay. And so this could be through form of avoidance, distraction, and again, just lying to self that they don't need it because they don't have that deep feels anyway, or that they are someone who can act in a certain way and just prolong, not go there and it'd be totally fine. It's like, no, you can't lie. You can't be in that energy without exerting yourself. And everyone has their breaking point. And so maybe they've gone a very long time like this, but the breaking point is happening. The breaking point is coming. And that's what I'm saying is like, spirit knows when this breaking point sort of happens. They're sitting at this crossroads with this lovers. This is a destined connection that is calling to this person to choose love. And if this person sort of resists their deepest emotion and tells themselves it's weakness, then they're not choosing love. They're still sitting in some fear one, they're choosing the path of the fear to hold up the fear and to tell myself that it still makes me look weak, or it's still not aligned to, me, that I'm this like divine masculine, and the masculine doesn't show emotion and has to be strong and push through it. It's like, yeah, but at a certain point, this emperor knows when he's doing service and when he's acting out of fear. And right now the fear is in the ego, denying that there was these deep, deep, deep feelings here and trying to control emotions. It's like the more I can control the emotions, the stronger I am. So I feel this person's been really trying to control themselves in your presence, despite feeling, again, this 8, which is the strength card, holding themselves back and really being called passionately in your direction. Okay. I feel like this person, this comes through sometimes in my readings, is connected to nature. They might like animals, hiking, camping, outdoorsy, very outdoorsy. Okay. Very outdoorsy. They might live near a body of water. Okay. But I feel like also, this is also symbolic. The body of water I'm seeing here twice. And it's on the journey and the nature, which these cards are like beyond anyone's in this one, beyond anyone's sort of action. Beyond anyone's action, the universe is guiding this connection, moving this connection forward through navigating our emotions, even if it's unpleasant. I feel like there's been unpleasant energy that we've had to traverse. I feel like things are calm. I feel like things are calm right now between you and your person. Okay. But things might be kind of stuck, or maybe it just seems like this person isn't being fully honest, or it seems like there's something here, where it's like, well, why then haven't we solidified? Why can we not then come together? Why is it that it feels blocked or stuck in some way, or that they don't fully want to commit? And it's like, it's not that this person doesn't want, it's all the reasons that I was talking about. Okay. And they're being called to put down their 10 wands of burden, which is this burden that they're carrying, that the masculine doesn't show feelings. And it's a sign of strength. Queen of Wands really, really pulls to your energy and this connection very strongly. Okay. So I do feel like with this Queen of Wands, this is all about magnetizing towards us and manifesting our truest passions and desires. I feel like you've been encompassing an energy here of the Queen of Wands for some time, which has been moving this direction in the right direction towards you, this connection in the right direction towards you. Okay, which is requiring this person to deal with their 10 wands. But I feel like it's been very heavy for you to have to sort of keep encompassing an energy here, because maybe it's been a shift for you, a shift for you to sort of not chase, or to be confident in your energy and to know that's what's for you is going to come to you, and trust that this connection would develop the way it would, and be balanced. And I feel you've been working through this thing, and only when you've been working through this thing has this connection shifted towards this right timing. So this might be a recent sort of energy of yours, but I do see that this is shifting this connection and making this person sort of deal with this egoic belief and being weak or helpless, or I lose control when I can't stabilize my emotions. And so I don't want to admit it, or I don't want to speak it out loud. And so I pretend it's not really sort of there in the depth that it is. Okay, they might say they have feels, but they might not be fully telling you the depth of it is very, very deep. Okay, but they're not being authentic about this thing. So it's like twofold, because I do feel like there's a chapter here of being involved in the collective and the growth and the example we set to the universe when we are aligned and when we heal. And then there's the healing of the self, which is seeing through ego. And then there is the healing of this connection where we feel let down, betrayed, abandoned because of our own shadows and projections that the other person is out to get me or hurting me or doing this or doing that when nobody's doing anything. Okay, I think this person had good intention. I think you have good intention. But intention doesn't mean anything when someone is shadowed, when someone is traumatized, when someone's going to project or see their fears. They've been seeing their fear onto you that, oh, if I open up, it means I'm weak. And so here you are. I have a lot of feels for you. I'm so attracted to you. I'm pulled to you. And I'm learning about unconditional love here. What does that look like? Unconditional love will transcend past this egoic belief that I'm weak if I show love. That's not unconditional. That's trying to upkeep an egoic persona of strength and stubbornness. That has no room for unconditional love. So I feel like your person has been healing unconditional love. You've been learning about unconditional love of self, where it's like, I don't chase, I magnetize. I don't need to convince you of anything. I am worthy and beautiful and deserving. And so you can show me this, or you can go be peaceful and carry your 10 wands of machoism or whatever somewhere else, And so this person can't do this somewhere else. If you guys are in separation, which I feel some of you guys might, but for the most part, this is a very flowy, good energy. If you are, this person is coming towards you 100%, more calm, healed, okay, not completely healed, but healed more so than they were maybe the last time you were with this person. This person wants to be in your good graces. This person feels like you're their person. This person wants peace. I feel a very beautiful, peaceful energy from your person. I think you bring a lot of peace to this person. I think this person is really learning to trust the flow of the universe. And I feel like you've been learning to trust the flow of the universe for some time, which the universe was telling you to trust in your own ability to magnetize towards you, not through ego, but through your own attraction of energy, through your own manifestation, trusting yourself, confidence in your own true self, not the ego. Okay, only through that were you able to transcend past certain things. And I feel like this has been very calming for your person to not feel the pressure. I need you. I want you to be this, or you've been doing that, or you are doing da-da-da-da-da. That's drama and trauma and three swords and all sorts of arguments. Okay, and so I feel like you might have at one point felt very betrayed, and you might still. It's like, well, this person didn't show up. I had to do it alone. And if we're like that, then we still didn't learn about unconditional love. If we're like that, we're carrying resentments. If we're like this, it's like, well, now that I'm here, it's like, what are they going to do for me? Well, now that's ego. Okay, so it's coming back online. We got to keep the ego in check. Now, this doesn't mean this person's going to just sit on your couch and eat potato chips. Okay, but this is like not a tit for tat. What are you going to do for me? Because I now am like this highly ascended person here. It's like, no, when we're transcended the ego, it's like, I can love, and I could see that you've been working through this egoic story of emotions or weakness. Your vulnerability might show your hands. You don't feel comfortable with this. It's made me feel like you were betraying me, like you weren't choosing me, like you'd rather run from me or resist me or not be honest with your feelings. I took it personal, and it's not personal at all. All this is about was showing a mirror to me that I am valuable, whether you see it or don't see it. I don't need you to toot my horn or do anything at all for me. I don't need you to marry me. I don't need you to do anything except for just be open, honest, and allow energy to flow. Otherwise, you're in shadow, and I'm just going to protect my own energy and continue to focus on myself. Okay, so lots of different sort of things going on in this reading, but I hope you guys get the gist of it. Is this person going to stay blocked here? No, I feel this person is overcoming this little bit here, okay? I say little bit. It's been long. It's been tedious. They're moving forward from this. They're calmer than they've ever been. They're more peaceful than they've ever been. But there still is a belief here of ego. And this is, I would be sort of maybe like humiliating myself, by saying the deepness of my feelings. And that makes me very, very, very uncomfortable. I'm seeing a lot of red. Okay, a lot of red here. And so he's wearing red, red, red. We see red here, red here, red here. Red is the root chakra. And the root chakra is our own need to feel safe, secure, stable, grounded. If we feel threatened at all, we start to do fight or flight. Okay, and so if I'm in control of my emotions and know that they are kind of at bay and they don't have pull over me, I'm safe, I'm secure, I'm not rocking my root chakra. The minute you throw a wrench in there, it's like, whoa, my feelings, they're unstabilized. I don't know what this is. I feel like I'm in this no man's land, and oh my gosh, I got to run. And so you might have had a runner. You might have had somebody who was fighting you. You might have had someone who was sabotaging, who did everything to get in the way, who delayed, who was not honest. I feel this with this pile. There's a lot of water under the bridge. They've overcome all this stuff. Okay, so if you've overcome all this stuff, okay, I don't know that you'd be at this reading because this feels like a reading of a couple that's coming into union, but this could be spirit just giving you and letting you know you're coming into a form of union here with this person. They're working through. The only thing here that they've been sort of, that's been slowing this down is their inability to recognize and accept their own emotions internally and know that this is safe and okay. It's safe and okay to feel. It's safe and okay to have love. It's safe and okay. And once I feel that, then I can give it, express it, act on it. But I'm not acting on it, but I will. This person is going to come forward. They're going to act on it. There's a new beginning. This person sees you as their person. There is balance and union. It is delayed. This person wants commitment with you. This person feels very burdened when they're not with you. They feel abandoned when they're not with you. This person's pulled by all of these wands. Okay, but it's also from a place of love, but also from a place of passion. Okay, but I feel like this person is still in ego with the Emperor here, although he's not in the reverse. With all these wands and the solar plexus energy, there's still some ego here, especially with this belief that the man needs to feel this or that and not say this or that. It's like, no, that's an ego. So there needs to be wanted and useful in this world because they have a sense of drive that's calling them to this connection that's very tied to their purpose. You and this connection are very tied to this person's purpose. They might not know what it is or how it's going to unfold. They're called on this journey to bring purpose to the collective, and they feel it from your energy. And so they're going to continuously push in this direction because otherwise they're roaming around, upkeeping an image of ego, of no emotion and the man, okay, and feeling not useful, feeling like they're just wandering, feeling no sense of purpose and no sense of devotion and commitment and all of this like beautiful, powerful energy. Like this person wants to feel useful, powerful, not from an ego place, but they want to provide usefulness to this world. I feel this person feels it because this is their calling. They have a purpose. They can't go just running around here any longer. And so you're representative of this purpose this person has. And I don't know for all of you guys, like I say, is different, but this connection is reflecting this purpose. Okay. So beautiful angels, this is your reading. I hope this helped you. I love you very much. I'll see you at the next one. All right. Bye-bye.